Hello, everybody. I am so excited to see you again this week because we are doing a brand new style of pick a card. Well, rather, it's a new style for my channel. Other people have done this before, and it is a pick a card reading that's based on your zodiac signs. Now, as you can clearly see, I don't have 12 piles here. What I have are 4. One to represent each of the elements that we find represented in the zodiac signs. And what you should do is choose your pile based on the element that your zodiac signs fall in. Now, we all have all 12 signs in our chart. However, most of us focus on the top 3, right? Our sun, our moon, and our rising. So what you'll do for this reading is you can choose to just listen to your sun sign. Or I've heard a lot of tarot readers on YouTube talk about listening primarily to your rising sign because that's the one that's going to resonate for you more. Or you can be ambitious and listen to all 3. So just to give you an example, for me, that would be my sun would be Aquarius, my moon would be Leo, and my rising is Cancer. So pile 1 here is our earth signs. Pile 2 are air signs. Pile 3 are fire signs, and pile 4 are water signs. So for me, I would listen to Aquarius first, so that is pile 2. And then I would listen to Cancer, because it's my rising, so that's pile 4. And then I would listen to Leo, which is pile 3, and my moon sign. If you just wanted to go by your intuition, just like we do in the majority of my readings, you absolutely can do that. So for pile 1, you guys have the Moonstone. It's a gray moonstone for your selector. You can choose that, okay? And then for pile 2, it would be the Selenite as your selector. Pile 4 is Carnelian or Carnelian. I almost said Cornell, which is funny because not only did one of my sisters go to Cornell University, but I also have a cousin named Cornell. Anyway, fun facts about Sean. And finally, pile 4, you guys have the ocean Jasper. I hope I have explained that well. And, whether I did or not, I just realized I forgot to say. If you happen to be new here, my name is Sean, and I am so happy that you are joining us. Welcome to my channel. If you love what you see, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It does help the YouTube algorithm know to tell other people what fun we are having here so that they can come and join us. Also, I want to remind you all that I do still have my Etsy shop. So if you are in need of a personal reading, I offer several kinds. Right now, I have like 49 different items on the Etsy shop. Most of them are tarot and oracle readings. Some of them are other things to help you with your mystical and magical practices. So definitely check those out. The address for my Etsy shop is notsoaveragedreamer.etsy.com, or you can shop on my website, which is shonwilson.com. Enough about all of that. I think you understand how to do these readings. So scroll on down to the description box, find the timestamp that corresponds to the sun, moon, or rising sign element that you would like to start with, and I will see you in your readings. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. So you guys are my earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, no specific order there. You have that as either your sun, moon, or rising. And so you were checking out this pile for that reason, or because you were intuitively drawn to it, or you really liked the crystal. I got so wrapped up in explaining the selection process for your piles in the intro today, I forgot to mention that today's messages are another mystery reading. Is another mystery reading? Today's messages make up another mystery reading. I had such fun doing that with you a couple weeks ago and got such good, not responses, but reactions from you guys from it. You guys seem to enjoy it too. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it again. So we are looking at mystery messages in the readings today to find out just what it is that your spirit guides want to share with you at this time. So let's take a look at the cards that you got in your pre-selection. I did pre-pull cards for every single group. However, I have not looked at any of these cards. So we'll be discovering your messages together. Again, very similar to what we did, not very similar, exactly the same way we did a couple weeks ago. So the first, you've got a couple tarot cards here. So we'll start with that. This deck is the Astro Matrix Tarot. If you have any interest in any of the decks that I use in your readings today, I have links to all of them down in my description box of this video. All right, so you guys start with the Two of Cups, and I know a bunch of y'all are super happy just seeing that, right? Whether it is a message around career that we're about to get or a message around love that we're about to get, this is definitely usually considered to be a very good sign. However, it could also be a completely different kind of message altogether. So let's see what else you have. Ooh, Nine of Cups. So Two of Cups and Nine of Cups. How lovely. Three of Pentacles. It's starting to feel more and more like it might be a message about work, isn't it? And then Eight of Cups. All right, some of you guys are changing jobs. It is quite clear that you're being told to change jobs. Now, job, again, can have a broad meaning depending on whether or not you work for yourself or work for someone else. But what I'm definitely getting from these 4 tarot cards that we have selected so far is that you are being guided to change your work environment, because there is not the sense of harmony in working with others that is actually best for you. You work very well in collaborative settings, team environments, or at least situations where everybody's contributions are valued and honored. And I'm getting that many of you who chose this pile, that has not been the case for you in the kind of work you are currently doing. So again, it could be that you work for someone else, possibly a corporation or a company, where you and your co-workers you're just in different vibes, you're different vibrations, and it's just not quite a fit. Or I'm getting for some of you, there's been a change in management, and that change in management brought a lot of discord. This person wants to do things, this new supervisor, manager, or owner, possibly someone else who got promoted over you, who used to be a peer. I'm mostly getting that it's someone from an outside environment who has come in, and they are not taking the time to value the accomplishments of the company or the team heretofore. They see themselves as someone who has come in to fix the situation, to change the situation, to make it better. And what that does is it sends the message that what you do, what you have done, and who you guys are is not good enough, and it's causing discord. So again, that is a very specific message that will apply to some of you, but not to others. However, for all of you who got this reading today, I'm definitely getting that it is time for you to look at moving forward to something that is more harmonious, will bring you more harmonious in how you work with others, bring you more contentment, let you feel more of a sense of worthiness. Not that we need to get our sense of worth from our work, but most of us do. A lot of us do, right? And so it's even worse when you happen to be working in a situation where the message seems to be coming that you are not worth much, or what you have done is not good enough. And finding the right partnership or the right contract opportunity for you that is more, again, in alignment with who you are and what you are capable of bringing to the table. And you don't hold back, group 1. I'm getting that you guys are people who bring your best every single time. And you're just really at a place now where you're ready for that to be valued. If you happen to be someone who's got your own business, like me, if I was just watching this and I had picked this, and I don't have any earth in my top 3. No, I sure don't. But if I was, right, if I had picked this, being someone who works for myself, this part here about harmony with others might have something to do with the interaction between you and your clients, you and the people whom you serve. And there's something about the way in which you have been working that is not allowing you to feel, again, harmony with the people that you bring your products and services to. Now, for some of you, it could be something that you need to change in how you are interacting with them, okay? A lot of times people who, particularly if you're creative, we will start our own business because we like the idea of doing things our way, and we like it to feel a certain way. And we may even be really good at being organizational about our work and setting certain policies into place. And then we put the thing that we're offering out there. And now here comes the other piece. And it's the general public. And the reality of the general public is people come with various levels of understanding, various levels of tech savviness. And so how you may want your clients to interact with you in order to receive the product or service that you provide, they may not be great at doing sometimes. And so this can cause discord between you, or disharmony between you and the customer or the buyer. You know, I am a part of several Etsy seller groups on Facebook, and I hear people complain about their customers all the time with things that would actually be very simple fixes that they can do on behalf of the customer. You know, or ways in which they don't want to keep the customer happy. I've heard people speak very disparagingly about, you know, the idea of giving any sort of a discount to their customers. Things like that. There can be sometimes, for those of us who decide to start our own business, a secret contempt of others. Okay? And so this piece here about disharmony is really a nice nudging for you to see how you can walk away from this feeling of dissatisfaction that comes from working in such a unharmonious situation. So it might be that a customer-based business isn't right for you, or which, you know, there's actually no such thing as a business that's not customer-based. You will always have a customer, you will always have a client. So really it's probably more along the lines of figuring out how to have more harmony in your interactions with the people whom you serve. And believe it or not, a lot of that has to do with you, your perception of things, and how you choose to look at situations that come up. All right, let's grab the rest of your cards here. So we have group 1, and again, you guys are my earth signs. We have Pelican. This is from the Salt and Sea Oracle. Salt and Sea Energy Oracle. So yeah, you have Pelican. Now's your chance. Act quickly. Look at that. That fits so well with this 8 of Cups. Like you're really very much getting the guidance here to start looking at making a move away from the kind of the place or the way. Ooh, this is hard to make. Let me say it better. Hold on. Give me a second. Move on from the way the work environment is now, or for some of you, the actual work environment, moving on to something where it is just a better fit for you. I'm really getting the idea of fit, and a fit around appreciation. Feeling fulfilled in the work for a lot of you guys who pick this pile is connected to feeling appreciated for the work you do. And there's something in the timing right now that this is a great chance for a great time, the perfect chance. Now is your chance for you to make such a move and be able to find, I'm getting relatively quickly, and also it says act quickly, right? So there's something that's hovering right now, or that's in your general proximity, that's coming up and you're going to be made aware of, that you are a very good fit for. But if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. So go ahead and start at least doing some research towards how you can have a more harmonious work situation for yourself, whether it's actually moving on to another company or changing, if you have your own business, changing the way you are doing business, possibly even changing the products and services that you offer. Okay, you also have, my happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly, there it is again, quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. This part definitely feels so much about, again, this idea of the harmony or lack of harmony in the workplace. Again, whether it's that you have your own business and the discord is coming from your interactions with clients, if there is constantly a feeling as though, ugh, people are so dumb, ugh, customers are the worst, your business is just not going to thrive. Like, I am sorry, but there is no way you can have that mindset about people and have your business thrive. And so a lot of times when we have those kinds of thoughts or beliefs or perceptions, it is coming from fear and not from love. So if you can find a way to infuse every interaction you have with the people that you are working with or for with love, that is really going to make a difference. I started with you guys who have businesses because it is easier for you to make that shift than it would be for people who are working for someone else. And now I'm going to address you guys. The reason why it's a little bit harder for you if you happen to be working for someone else is because on top of whatever you are feeling about interacting with the people in your work environment, or that new manager, or an old manager who is, newly being a pain in the ass, or whatever it is, or maybe even your customers or clients in that work environment, is you also have the added pressure and disdain over the fact that you are working for someone else and having to put up with this crap, right? So if you are able to shift your focus to one of like looking at these people that you're either working with or for as flawed without judgment, flawed with compassion, that can help you switch that perception from fear to love. There's a part of you that is afraid of how what they do will affect what you need to do or what you want to do. And that is it's a fair thing to fear. Particularly if you feel like you don't have control over what your work situation is. However, if you can shift your focus to being one of having more compassion and therefore love for these people, that actually elevates you in your own mind as being the magnanimous one. And in so doing, you will feel more like a boss than you will feel like someone who is subservient to others or at the mercy of the people you're working with or for, or the organization itself. Okay. And then the final card you guys got is on fire. So again, I'm really getting, there's again this sense of like personal power. And there's really so much here for you around remembering your personal power in these situations, that you have the creative ability to change your circumstances by making some new choices and actually believing that it's okay to make a change. I feel very called to tell you that. Sometimes we will know we want something different, but feel like it's not okay to make a change. You guys are getting so much here saying, listen, the power is in your hands. You have the creative power of fire to change things, even though you guys are my earth signs. So know that you can shift things either in your outlook and perspective of the situation you find yourself in, that is still moving away from something that's not serving you. Even if you don't physically actively switch jobs, though I am getting strongly that for most of you that is called for right now. But even if you're at a place where you're just like, I absolutely just can't, or I absolutely don't want to, or even better, I absolutely believe that I can help make my situation here better, just change your perspective. And I know that sounds easy, and I sounded flippant saying it. I know it's a hard thing to do, but also look at that as an opportunity for soul growth that is going to mature you internally and just help you feel more in control of your circumstances. All right, group 1, this is what I have for you today. If you have most of us have multiple elements in our top 3. I almost just said if you have any other elements in your top 3, but I can't think of a time I've ever seen that someone had like just earth in all 3. And I don't think that's a possibility. So if you want to check out, if you are here right now for your sun sign and you want to check out your rising and your moon, go ahead and head over to those piles. Again, there could be more messages for you there. Or if you feel very satisfied with the message you got here, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. I really, really have loved bringing you this message, and I am rooting for you. I am hoping for you to find that work harmony that you so deserve, because you bring so much to the table. Take care, group 1. Hi there, group 2. Welcome to your reading. So you guys are either sun, moon, or rising air signs, and that would be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Or you just felt called to come to this reading, to this particular group, because of the selenite crystal, which I have here for you. So we have a mystery reading that we're doing today. I forgot to mention that in the intro. There was just such a good response to the mystery reading I did a couple of weeks ago, and I really loved doing it. I absolutely love discovering the message with you. I guess technically as readers, we always discover the message with you, but the part of it where it's like, I don't even know what we're talking about yet, that is fun and exciting. So we're going to do that again today. As you can see here, I have several cards that I have pre-plucked for you, but I have not seen any of these cards. We will be discovering everything together. So let us get started. First, we have 4 tarot cards. Let's see what's up. So we have the Emperor. And we have the 8 of Coins. You have the 9 of Swords. Interesting. I feel like you guys are going through something or about to go through something, earth signs. And then we have the Strength card. Yeah. Okay, so listen, my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius people, you guys are about to experience a time of transition is not even the word. Challenge, obstacle, where you are called upon to rely on your inner reserves. Your tendency is going to be to want to fix it by focusing on the externals. But what I'm getting for you is the externals are not actually something that you can control. This is one of the reasons why you have actually seen this coming before it happens. You have been worried about it already. I'm definitely getting, I almost feel like this is another work message. That there's a change happening in your work. And it definitely has to do with a change of management or ownership. Yeah, I paused for a second because it's more than just management. It's not just about, again, someone like coming in who's your new manager, or someone who you are, someone who's being elevated to being above you. I'm getting actually more that there's a change happening in your work environment where there is going to be new ownership. So some of you might be working for a company or a corporation where there's about to be a takeover, where one company is buying another company. With others of you, I am getting that it could be that the person you were working for, you might work in a small, like for a small business, and that person has now sold that business or is about to sell that business. And they, as part of the agreement with the new owners, they got the new owners to agree to keep the current staff on. And one of the arguments that was made is you guys are as successful a company as you are because of the people who work there. There's a lot of what you guys do that have not just the product or service that you sell that has contributed to the success of this business, which made it attractive to the now acquiring entity. Okay, so whether it's that you work for a major corporation and you and there's a so for instance, what I mean by that, like if you're experiencing this, you already know what I mean. But for anybody who is just like, what the hell is Sean talking about? It's like how Kinko's used to be Kinko's, but then FedEx bought it, and so now it's FedEx Office, that kind of thing. So if you're in one of those kinds of situations, I'm getting that you are going to have, it is going to be a period of difficulty for a while. Okay. And I know nobody ever wants to hear that. You all, like, you guys probably only want to ever hear like happy, good messages, but there is going to be a period of difficulty for a while, whether it's that you work for a corporation and another corporation is buying it, or it's that you work for a small business and the owner of that business is selling it. If you are an employee in either of these kinds of scenarios, you have been worrying about this impending change for a while. For some of you, you haven't yet heard the announcement that it's happening, but you have kind of sensed it, felt it, been worried around it. The announcement is coming. It is definitely happening. So if you have picked this pile, something in change of leadership is happening for you soon. And I'm getting two messages around strength for you, okay? The first message that I'm getting is to know that you are strong enough to endure what's happening. This the set of obstacles, or the feeling of obstacles rather, and these set of challenges that are going to come with this change will sometimes make you feel overwhelmed, make you feel overpowered, because it is completely out of your control. So just know that, you can handle this. You don't need to flee unless you're like, I absolutely hate this job anyway, so why would I stick around for this mess? If this is a job that you have loved, and I'm getting for the majority of you guys, it has been for a while, stick with it, stick through this. On the other side, and yes, your imagination is not incorrect that this new ownership has a very different approach than what it is you have had as your experience heretofore, but it is one that you can adapt to and adjust to. I'm getting that whomever is in charge will be able to see your strengths, so you don't have to worry about that. So the first message I was getting around strength is just for you to know that you do have the strength, the ability to not power through, but actually go with the flow of what these changes are going to be, all right? And then the second message that I'm getting for you all who picked this pile around strength for this scenario is that you are being cautioned not to feel the need to do power struggles with the new ownership. Now, this is going to be very hard for some of you because you have been at the organization or with this small business long enough that you feel like it's yours, right? This is my job. This is my place of work. This is our company, that kind of thinking. And now here comes this interloper. Here comes this very controlling, very rigid new ownership with the changes they want to make. And they're not flexible on these changes because they think they see the way forward for this company. And so your instinct might be to fight them and to try to prove points, to try to show how your way is better. And what is very important for you all to remember that I'm getting very strongly is it is not your company. Because if it actually was, you would have control over whether or not it was being bought or sold. Okay? So it's important for you to remember to learn how to win through yielding. And here are some ways that can be easy for you or ways to make that easier for you. Look at it as an opportunity to learn more things about how this line of business could work. Because this person coming in with these new philosophies, they've got new insights that you have not yet been exposed to. This can expand your learning and make you an even greater asset, whether you stay at this company or you take your knowledge somewhere else. Learn from this person instead of fighting this person. Another opportunity for helping to make this transition easier for you is looking at it as an opportunity for soul growth. Again, because of the differences between you and how it could be, I'm saying person, it could be an individual person. It could be, again, if it's a company taking over another company, the new company, but just letting yourself grow internally from finding productive ways of dealing with those whom we call or could consider challenging personalities or challenging situations. Basically it's showing the universe that you can go with the flow even when life is not going your way. And showing your higher self, or your higher self helping you see that about yourself as well. Okay. All right, let's look at the rest of your cards. So you guys got letter in a bottle. Your message has been received. That's from the Salt and Sea Oracle. So this feels like it's about energetic messages, okay? This feels like it's about, again, I'm getting very much that a lot of you who picked this pile, y'all are very spiritually connected people. And you've been worried about the situation for a long time. So what this means is you have been asking your guides for help around this impending change, but you've been asking for help and expecting it to come in a specific way. What I'm getting to tell you is that your request for help has been heard and it will be honored, but be aware of the fact that that help might look different than how you thought it would be. So you might have been praying, God, please don't let this happen. I didn't actually mean to say like God as in you were praying to God. I meant like God, like, oh my God. But anyway, please don't let this happen. I really just don't want this change to take place. Or I really, want to keep the same ownership, or I really don't want to be a part of this new company. That might have been your prayer that it not happen. But what you're being told is that your prayer has been heard, but it's happening anyway. This thing is going to happen. And the help that you're going to receive, because the prayer has been heard and an answer or answers are being sent, are going to be ways to help you through what these challenges mean. Whether it's you or what these changes mean, whether it means you staying and getting the spiritual, psychological, and emotional resources to work through these differences, or it's getting the spiritual, psychological, and emotional resources to be able to move on to something else. If you really, really, really feel like you have to do that. But you will be aided through this change. You will be held up. So do not worry about that at all. And then you have, I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. I feel like the last time I used this deck, this is the Spirit Junkie Oracle. The last time I used this deck, that card came out as well. I don't remember which group it was for, of course. Oftentimes I don't remember the messages at all. I know you guys have heard other readers say that too. But yeah, it says here, I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. So again, this is a reinforcement of the message we were getting, the second message we were getting around strength. Don't feel the need to force situations. Don't feel the need to prove anything. Don't feel the need to fight authority. Do what you are meant to do, whether it's from a practical sense of the work itself or from a spiritual sense in how you deal with what is happening, and let it be seen. Let your value be seen through the way you function. But you don't have to go to the mattresses with people about anything. And I'm really getting strongly group 2, my air signs, that it is not going to serve you. So you guys are, with being air sign, y'all are very intellectual, very smart, and sometimes you think you know it all. And I can tell you that because I'm an air sign too. I'm an Aquarius, okay? So, and there might be a desire to show off what you know. There may be a desire to, again, prove that what you know is the right thing to do. And there's definitely a need to talk and to communicate verbally that which you know. So I am getting to tell you, hold off on that, particularly in the beginning. Because this new entity that's coming in as being in charge, whether it's as a new corporation taking over a corporation or it's a new owner, individual owner of a business, they are not going to be welcoming of that in the beginning. And so the way for you to navigate this is to not do that aspect of you in the beginning. That is not that you have to hide who you are, but if you want to keep your job, you need to keep your job. So, let it be that you listen, you hear what's being said to you. You want to use that mouth of yours, air sign? Repeat back to them what they've said. That will make them feel validated, and then add to it your piece, right? But don't come from a place of you versus them. Okay, me versus you is not the approach here. My way is right. I know what's best. Any of that's not the approach here. Let me tell you what we did before, over communicating or even trying too hard to ingratiate yourself to them. I'm getting that for some of you Geminis. That's a thing. So don't do that, please. This is just not a personality type. Whomever your new supervisor is going to be, and even with the takeover, corporation to corporation takeover version of or scenario of what we're getting here, you will probably still have a new manager over you in some way or supervisor in some way. And so whomever it is that is going to be enforcing the new ways of the new ownership in either of these two scenarios, they are just not going to be open to that. And part of it is going to be the lower self egoic need that they have, either as an individual or a corporation, to assert themselves as the new owner. And so the best way to get through it is to leave space for that. They will feel the need to show that it is theirs now. Okay. And then the final card you guys got is Love is in the Air. Well, that seems kind of random, except it's not. Because again, you might have heard me say a few minutes ago that this new ownership won't be open to that kind of information from you at first. I am getting that in the long run, for those of you who stick with it, there is harmony at the end of this tunnel. Okay. It's just that the transition is going to be tricky at first because it's something you haven't been wanting. Number one. Number two, transitions are tricky, period. That's just like always true. Transitions are because we're changing things, right? But you guys, there will be harmony between you and the new scenario if you can allow yourself to, again, not worry too much about what's happening, not feel the need to try to maintain control or force anything. 3, allow yourself to learn in the situation that you are experiencing. Learn about new ways of doing what you do, as well as learning about the new people that you will be working with. And I'm getting that not only will you and these new people in charge get along very well, but they're actually you're going to be like one of their superstars in the long run, because hey, you are air sign, which means you have the ability to learn anything. All right, you are super, super, super intellectual, super, super, super smart, or I should say intelligent, because sometimes intelligence is not intellectual, but a lot of times with air signs it is, right? So just know that if you hang in there and take the approach of learning, you guys, as air signs, y'all love learning new things. So learn from this scenario, learn about these people, learn the new ways of doing things, and watch you grow as an asset, not just to this organization, but to any that you choose to go to in the future. Okay, group 2, my air signs, this is what I have for you today. I sure do hope you stuck with this reading to hear the light at the end of the tunnel, because it's definitely clear that this is going to be a beneficial thing in the long run. You just have to be patient while the transition happens. If you feel called to, please check out one or more of the other piles, depending on either feeling called by the crystals, or because you also have water or fire or earth in your top 3. Or maybe you're just curious, or maybe you just like the sound of my voice. I don't know. But for whatever reason, there might be more messages in here for you today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. So you guys are the fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or you just felt called to this pile because you like the look of this Carnelian. I just realized I forgot to move the Selenite from group 2. Carnelian. Now, not in case you skipped the intro. Actually, I skipped something in the intro this go around. Listen to that. So I forgot to tell you guys that we're doing mystery readings this week. I did mystery readings a couple of weeks ago, and I freaking love doing those, you guys. And they were so well received by you all that I was like, well, we're going to do it again. But this time we are choosing our readings based on our zodiac signs. So let's take a look at what messages you get today. We get to discover it together. And as you can see here, I have pre-plucked some cards for you, but I have not yet seen the cards. So we will be learning the message together, which, I keep saying that, but that's always the case. We will be discovering your message at the same time. Again, that is always the case. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is let's look at your cards. All right, so we're going to start with 4 tarot cards. Oh no, 5. That's right. Remember when I pre-plucked these, that this group 3, my fire signs, y'all actually got 2 from Light Seers Tarot. So these first 3 are from the Gilded Tarot Royale. And so you have the Devil. You have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups. And then together you have Knight of Pentacles and 3 of Wands. Is all of that in? It is. Lots of pentacle energy there. So one thing that is definitely coming through with the cards that we've gotten so far is I almost called you Carnelian people. You fire signs, y'all are doing too much. Okay? And by that, I mean, there is a call here for you to have a little bit more balance in your life, a lot more balance in your life. I'm getting that you guys have been very meticulous with your earning, very good with focusing on your financial security, whether you feel successful at it or not. Okay. So by that, I mean, you could be someone who's like, Sean, I have money problems, or Sean, I don't make enough money, but it's not for lack of trying. You have been trying your butt off. I'm getting that for a lot of you, you could be considered workaholic. All right. And what is absent from your life experience of late, and what you are being encouraged to do to seek more balance or to have more balance in your life, is to not be so focused on work. And ironically, I'm actually getting that this is very much the case for those of you who are doing and doing and doing, trying and trying and trying with the earning, but not seeing it pay off, where you are working more than what you are getting paid for the work you are doing. Okay. You might be what we sometimes here refer to as an under earner, or you might be someone who over gives. But you might actually also just be, for some of you, not the same people, but for some others of you, you might even just be people who are, doing the right amount of work for the amount of pay that you get. And so, law of compensation is really working for you, and what you are receiving is commensurate with what you are giving. However, that is still your main focus. With all of you guys, it's the main focus. And I'm getting that you need to let yourself have more fun. You need to let yourself, loosen up a lot. I'm getting a feeling that for some of you, there's this idea or a fear that you are behind, that you're not as far along as you should be financially at your age or at this time in your life, whatever that means for you. And so what's happening is you guys are not, you're ignoring two other parts of your life that are super important. And it is your personal life and your private life. And they are not the same thing, okay? So personal is your interactions with others, and private is your interaction with yourself. I'm getting that you have lost sight of your sense of vision for yourself, what you wanted for yourself, how you wanted life to either look or feel. But I'm also getting that there's been a loss of connection with friends and loved ones who really matter to you a lot. For some of you, it's because you are no longer in the same location as those people. Perhaps your work takes you away from them, either because you travel a lot for work or you actually had to relocate for the job that you have. And so that connection is not as tended to as would be good for it to stay the quality of connection, the quality of intimacy that you once had with these people. So this could be members of your family. It could also be really good friends that you just truly cherish. And you've just gotten out of the habit of making time with those people, not just making time for them. So like if they called you up and they wanted to talk to you about something, I'm getting that you would make space for that you would, take the call or return the call, and you would be there for them. I'm getting that. And that's almost because it's the same energy as working hard, right? It's like this sense of responsibility kind of thing. But what is absent in what you are called to do more of is time with them. So that's, in person, face to face, side by side. There was it last year or the year before, I had to put in my calendar when to call my mother, because I had gotten so bad about just making that a regular habit. I'm not even saying that right. What I'm trying to get at is I personally was so work focused, very, very, very driven in the career, that it seemed to be the only thing that mattered to me. And I realized, because of who I am and how I work, I do function in task mode a lot. So I put my mother on my calendar so that I could remember to make time for her. I live 3,000 miles away from my mom, so I can't just up and go to lunch with her once a month or every other week or anything like that. But if you are in proximity to these people that you love, again, it doesn't have to be family, it could be friends. See if you can make time to spend with them. And if you can't do it if you can't physically spend time together, do it through, I know everybody's tired of it, but do it through a Zoom call, make it a Zoom lunch, and not just we're sitting here talking to each other. So when I put my mom in my calendar so that I could make sure to reach out to her once a week, we did it as Zoom calls. Okay. Now, and because I had it in my calendar, I got into the rhythm of it, and now it's more natural, and I don't need the notification to come across my phone to remind me like I did at one point. All right. So let's see what else you guys got. But definitely I'm getting a sense of, the vision that you have the vision that you had for your life is not quite in line with how you are living right now. And part of what has taken you off of that is not having the personal time with people who matter to you, and also not having enough private time. And I didn't expound on that enough, so let me really quickly tap into that for you. That is the time where you do things for you. Like, so for instance, if you used to like to read, but now you can't find time to read, make time to read. If it's going to the beach, if it's surfing, like literal surfing, do that. If it's listening to music, if it's shopping for music, shopping for clothes, even if you don't buy anything, just because you like trying on things, reading fashion magazines, whatever it is that is a solo event for you that brings you joy will also help bring you the balance that has been missing. All right. You are not going to lose the gains you've made in your earning. For those of you who are earning really well and you're like, yeah, I got to keep this up, you're not going to lose it because you make some time within each week for your personal life and your private life. And for those of you who aren't earning well but are trying really hard, working really hard, I'm getting that this break from trying so hard is going to help you in a couple of ways. One, again, it's going to restore balance to your existence. And two, because you're taking a break from thinking about it, your brain is going to come up with some new insights for you to help you solve the problem of under earning or over giving. All right, the next card you guys got is Spyglass. Zoom in, take a closer look. Y'all, I just said zoom. So you are definitely being like, first of all, take a closer look at how you live in your life and whether or not you're in balance. The answer is no. Get that balance going. And one good way to do that is through zooming with the people that you love. Okay. Do you know my closest friends right now are people, let me say that better. Some of my closest friends right now are people that I went to high school with, and I graduated from high school 150 years ago. So, and it's because we have things like Zoom, and because mobile plans have, free long distance. We don't even talk about it as far as being long distance. And in other words, what I'm trying to get at is you don't have an excuse other than you're not making time for connecting with the people who matter to you. You can do it. You can do it. Again, I just started. I'm not trying to say, look at me, I'm so great, I did it. And now you could do it too. And I could teach you how if you want to send me $250. Actually, that's kind of a low number for a coaching program, right? Don't they charge like in the thousands for like those crap programs? Anyway, so my bigger point is this: Zoom. All right, connect with your take a closer look at these personal relationships that you have. And one good way to do that and to rekindle the intimacy you once had with these people in your life is to spend time with them, whether it is through Zoom or not. And your next card is I celebrate my progress, awareness, not perfect. Oh, wait. I feel like we've gotten this card before when I've used this deck in a reading, and I had a hard time reading it then too. So starting over. And this is the Spirit Junkie Oracle, by the way. And this one here is the Salt and Sea Energy Oracle. And the second card is the Spirit Junkie Oracle. I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. So it's two separate sentences. Yeah. So, hey, this workaholic tendency that you have is a need for perfection, whether or not you want to call it that. So this is basically reminding you that you not only don't need to be perfect, but you never will be. So let that be a nice encouragement for you to, again, have more balance. Stop trying so hard, whether the trying is producing the results you want or not. It's enough that you do what you do. You don't have to do all the things, okay? And also I'm getting to tell you that in relation to making this adjustment that you're being called to make of having more personal time and having more private time, don't bring the energy of you got to do it perfectly, or I can't do it because I can't do it perfectly, right? Do it just a little. Do it just enough. Add some of this other side of life into your experience and your existence each week. Don't think that you have to do it perfectly, because it is in thinking that you have to perfectly be able to be in touch with your loved ones or perfectly be able to make private time for yourself that will make you not try and do it, particularly if you are an achiever by nature. So instead, oh yes, and as fire signs, yes. Y'all burn through stuff, and I'm saying y'all, but I got Leo moon, so I got some fire in me too. And there's this idea of, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it all the way. No, you don't have to do it all the way. Okay. Do it just a little. So awareness of what needs to happen is what we're going to focus on. Awareness of what needs to happen, and we're going to make a little bit of progress, and we don't have to do it perfectly. Okay. And then the final card you guys got today is every step counts. Bam. That just reinforces what I just said. I really don't need to go on any further. Okay. The littlest change that you make, I like that word, even though it's not a word, I don't think. The smallest change that you make, the littlest change is going to help. Every step counts. Look, there's actually stairs right here. Y'all, there's so many confirmations in this reading. I say the word Zoom, here comes the word Zoom, right? So any little change you can make in this area is going to help you get closer and closer to balance. And balance is not something that we attain and keep always. So again, don't let the fear of not being able to do it perfectly make you not do it at all. Just seek more balance. That is your guidance for today, my Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius babies. I don't know why I said babies. It's almost like I was channeling Vanessa Samayana. I think she says something like that, right? Anyway, this is the second time I've done that in a reading. Like several months ago, I was doing an intro and I said something like, vibe out, which pile is calling to you. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't say that. Who says that? And I was like, yes, it's Alyssa, Celtic Fairy Tarot. And this was before I met her. And now we're friends. Yay. Okay, anyway, so hi, fire signs. I'm back. I swear I'm not crazy. This is your message for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you feel called to listen to any of the other piles because you were intuitively drawn to them, you liked the crystal, or you have one of those other elements as placements in your top 3, check it out. We have a recurring theme in the messages I've recorded so far. I won't tell you what it is. You'll discover it yourself when you listen to the other readings. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi there, group 4. Welcome to your reading. So you guys are the water signs, that Pisces, that Scorpio, and Cancer. Yep. My rising sign is Cancer. So you have one of those placements as either, or yes, you have one or more of those placements as either your sun, moon, or rising. And that is what brought you to your pile today. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the intro is that this is a mystery reading. I really enjoyed giving you guys a mystery reading a couple weeks ago, and it got such a great response from many of you. And so I was like, well, let's do it again. This is the ocean Jasper that you crystal lovers might have come here for. And these are the cards that I have already plucked for you. However, I have not seen any of them. We will be discovering these cards together as we find out what message your spirit guides have for you today. So first we have 4 tarot cards. 3 are from the Modern Witch Tarot and 1 is from the Light Seers Tarot. And then I also have some oracle cards here for you. So let's see. The first card you guys got is Strength. You guys got the 2 of Pentacles. You got the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. And you got the 4 of Wands. Wow. Okay, first of all, so much grounded goodness in your reading. I mean, we've got, yeah, like just I'm sitting here taking it all in. First of all, can we talk about the fact that all of the women in the cards are all facing the same direction? And what I'm getting intuitively for you for that is that you are going in the right direction. I'm getting that though it has been somewhat of a struggle at times for you to accomplish whatever it is you have been trying to accomplish, there are times you are looking at it and going, am I getting enough out of it for all the effort that I have to put into it? That it is definitely the right thing. You are definitely headed in the right direction, and that you will be celebrating soon what you have already done, as well as celebrating things that you will plan to do in this same vein in the future. So for some of you, this might be about the kind of, well, first of all, for all of you, it's about the kind of work you do. Okay. I'm definitely getting that it is work related. For some of you, it might be about a specific project that you have recently been working on. But for the majority of you, I'm getting that it's about the career as a whole, that there is, or career or calling as a whole. I want to make that I want to add the word calling there, because for some of us, our calling is our career. And for some of us, we do them as two separate things. We have one way specifically that we make money, and then we have another thing that we feel called to do. For some of you, I am getting, hey, Teeny, if you happen to be listening to this, I doubt that you are, but I have a client named Teeny. If you happen to be listening to this, this next thing I'm about to say is definitely a message for you. Inesha, if you happen to hear this, tell her I said it. That for some of you, you have been contemplating turning your calling into your career. Teeny, you're one of those people. And if that is the case, the answer here is definitely yes. Go ahead and do that. It is going to be beneficial for you in the long run. You will have doubts along the way, I am getting. There will be times where you will doubt yourself, and it's only because, listen to this, you guys, because it's very important. When you have those doubts, it's only because you are actually on the right path. I know it sounds counterintuitive, possibly, but it's true, because when you are on the wrong path, it's not doubts. You don't feel doubts. You just know it's wrong. You feel how much it doesn't fit, or how much it's not working, or how much you don't want it. But when it's the right path, that's when you have some doubts, because there's a part of you that really, really wants it, and there's a part of you that fears that it won't happen. And then for some of us, there's also the part of you that fears that it will happen. And then what does that mean? Okay. So yeah, definitely you guys are going in the right direction in your career or calling. That's what your message here today is. Your next card is fish. Pay attention to your dreams. I'm sorry, I just get so excited whenever I see the word dreams. Y'all know I have that podcast called Not So Average Dreamer, right? Okay. Sorry. Oh gosh, I'm feeling it. Sorry. It just affects me so much because so many people don't self-validate. And I feel like the greatest self-validation is to allow yourself to dream. Or rather, actually, what I feel is that the greatest self-validation is to allow yourself to pursue your dreams, whether you achieve them or not. It's betting on yourself. So you guys got pay attention to your dreams. There are two messages possible here, but as you can see or feel or hear, I really think this is strongly about the feeling, your dream, again, the thing that you feel called to do. All right. But then there's also, God, yo, I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry. I haven't cried in one of these readings in so long. Sorry. Give me a second. Oh, if I remember to, I might just edit this part out. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to believe in your own dream. Particularly in the world that we have now, because of the fact that it's a global world. That's a stupid saying. Hold on. Of course, it's a global world. It's a global economy. And so everything is more competitive than it used to be. And so it can be harder. It is simultaneously easier to do what you want to do, but harder to be known for it, or to get customers at it, or to succeed at it, because it's so competitive. We have more access to do things because of what social media has given us, and having computers in our pockets through these smartphones, and access to, cheap but quality equipment like the microphone I'm recording on right now, But because it is, our awareness of everything is global now and not just regional or national, it is so much more competitive, and it's harder to get customers. And so when you choose to try for what you believe in, you are really in the minority. And so you should definitely be proud of yourself for doing that. And believing in yourself is just such a commodity. So yeah, pay attention to your dreams. I'm getting that somebody or some of you have not started. And so maybe all of this that I just felt was because you really needed to hear this message. so you can go ahead and start. Or it could be PMS. I don't know. Um, but the second possible meaning of this pay attention to your dreams card I'm getting is clearly the other meaning of dream, right? So not just something that you really want for yourself or feel called to do, but the dreams that you have when you're sleeping. I actually have a dream interpretation offering on my Etsy shop. If you have very vivid dreams and you notice that they are talking about things that a lot of times, let me say that better. A lot of times your dreams are your subconscious mind working out for you, but you haven't been able to figure out when you're awake. So this message here to pay attention to your dreams is that there, for some of you, this Seven of Pentacles energy around, taking a look at what's happening and not, and having the doubts or not being quite sure things are going to go the way you hoped or are going well at all or whatever, you are getting some answers around that which you feel is either resistance or stuckness or confusion. Those answers are coming to you through your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. If you don't already have a dream journal, you might want to grab one of those. Again, I have those in my Etsy shop. And or you could just do it with a notepad, like I would love to sell you stuff. But if you just want to use a notepad or a piece of paper and a pen, you can, and keep it by your bed so that if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night or very early morning because of dreams that you had, you can jot down, what those dreams were telling you. I tend to wake up at 4:44 almost every morning because of some vivid dream that I have. And the fact that it's every morning and the fact that it's vivid dreams and the fact that it's 4:44, I can't ignore that stuff, man. So just notice if that's happening for you and start paying attention to the dreams and see what answers might be coming through for you around your calling or career. Okay. And I know I just did a whole thing on dreams, but for some of you, it's about the career. Even if that career is not your calling, though I'm getting that for the majority of you, it is about your calling, which might already be your career, or the fact that you're being told to turn your calling into a career. All right, your next card is from Spirit Junkie. Did I say this already? This one here is the Salt and Sea Energy Oracle. This one is the second card here is the Spirit Junkie Oracle. And it says, all is well. Boom, boom. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And it's an actual quote from Louise Hay. So you guys, I said it earlier. The doubts, don't worry about the doubts. Let the doubts come. The doubts mean that you're going in the right direction. The doubts mean that you're on the right track. And all is well as it's going now. Remember, some things are cyclical and some things are seasonal. So there will be times where there's this back and forth energy. It feels like everything's going right, and then all of a sudden there's nothing happening, or everything seems to be going wrong. And it could be about the time of year or the time in the cycle of the thing that you are creating, okay? So for instance, if you happen to be someone who sells things, you might notice that you sell more in September because of the back to school craze, or you sell more in December because of course, the holiday gift giving season. But then January comes and things are really, really slow, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, nothing is being sold. Maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to do or whatever. So just remember, some things that we do have seasons. It's the same for with me in the acting. My first couple years in LA, I was completely thrown by the fact that all of a sudden there would be these months of no activity for me. And it wasn't like just, oh, I'm not getting acting jobs. It's like there would be no auditions even. And it wasn't until I had lived here for a few years that I learned the seasons of the industry, and that there are very specific times of year where nothing is happening for anybody. But because I didn't know that, I thought that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have moved here. Maybe I should have stayed in Charlotte. Because see, in Charlotte, that didn't happen. Charlotte, I mostly did theater and industrials. And so because those are technically, it's the same set of skills, but technically different industries than film and television, it didn't have that same cyclical nature. Or actually, theater actually does have a cyclical nature too. It's just kind of different. So with theater, it's like it runs concurrent with the school year. September through May is the active time for theater. And then summer is slow. But it never felt slow because you have summer camps. And so then you teach those skills to children. And so you were constantly working in the field, or I was constantly working in the field. Whereas here with LA and film and television, there can literally be months where there's just like nothing happening. But fortunately, I now know it's not just me. So just know that for you too. The work that you are doing, the thing that you are creating, the calling that you have, there might be outside circumstances that sometimes make it feel off or feel like there's non-movement. Also remember that you don't need to always be moving. Sometimes we have to be still. And if we don't take the time to be still, sometimes life will force us to by stopping the flow of energy in something that we're focused on for a while. So that might be happening to you, but know that it's okay. Whatever you're experiencing right now is okay. All is well and you are safe. I'm also getting to tell you guys that there might be another pile in here for you. The final card that you guys have is Hope is on the Horizon. Bam. Y'all, so many confirmations in this reading. All of these. Like so many confirmations for you. Hope is on the horizon. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you have been doubting, if you have been worried, if you have been scared, if you have been afraid to even start, don't be. You guys, this water sign group here, or anyone who is just called to this pile, you are meant to do that which you feel meant to do. There might be some shadow work involved. I just want to say that. I'm getting that for some of you, the doubting. Some of it might have to do with, actually, probably all of you. The doubting comes from ways in which you have been taught to think that you shouldn't or can't do what you want to do. And you will need to do some internal work around that. You can't just power through and be like, I'm just going to do it anyway, because whatever is unhealed around that or disjointed around that inside of you does need to be taken care of, or it'll keep coming up and keep presenting you with problems, also presenting you with opportunities to self-sabotage. So be mindful of that. All right, you guys. Okay, group 4, this is what I have for you today. I got my hand out there late. Let me do it again. Okay, group 4. This is what I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Listen, if any of your other placements are calling you to listen to the element associated with that sign, you should definitely do it, because I just finished all 4 messages. Y'all were the last ones, and they are all amazing. And I feel so honored to get to be the person to bring you this information, this guidance, and this hope today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you in my next one.